thought the signing was just remarkable.
For Kimberly Wilson, the signing of federal anti-lynching legislation was a momentous one on several levels, not only for being long overdue.
It was really a moment in time where confronting that legacy of racial terror, which is lynching,
but also for speaking to the work of one of her ancestors.
So I think that he would have really rejoiced in the moment.
As Wilson's great uncle was John Mitchell Jr., the longtime editor of the Richmond Planet newspaper. Known as the fighting editor, he reported on and campaigned against lynching, not only in Virginia, but across the U.S.
You know, he just abhorred it and thought that it was clearly terrorism and murder.
The lynching epidemic, as it was called, really afflicted the United States.
University of Richmond history professor Ed Ayers says lynching was a very public demonstration of white control of the landscape, using it against mostly black people for any infraction of what whites determined was the proper racial order.
It could just be as trivial as looking at someone the wrong way, or as we saw in the Emmett Till case of whistling. And so the boundaries of what might trigger a lynching were alarmingly vague.
Ayers says there were at least 4,000 lynchings across the U.S., with at least 86 in Virginia, but there is ongoing investigation.
It takes a lot of patience and also sort of determination, because the stories are just horrifying.
In Virginia, some of that work is being done by the MLK Memorial Commission, chaired by State Senator Jennifer McClellan.
There are some we know a lynching occurred. We don't know the name of the victim, so here in Richmond, there's a case like that.
Speaking from Browns Island, where another recent commission work stands, the Freedom and Emancipation statue, which features Mitchell, McClellan says a lot of communities aren't even aware of lynchings in their past.
It's really important that this history be told, not only because it happened, but it impacts communities even today, and we need to talk about that.
McClellan says the overall aim is to help facilitate racial healing, an effort Wilson applauds.
Because it was trauma, because, you know, we Black people have been terrorized through lynching. Specifically, lynching is like a tentacle of all the injustices that have occurred.
Working for you in Richmond, Cameron Thompson, CBS 6 News.
Senator McClellan says along with documenting all the cases here in Virginia, they're working to erect historic markers where they occurred. The first of those was put up in Charles City County in 2019.